Opening credits. You are listening to The West Haven Undead, Book 3 in the West Haven Undead series. Written by Nick Savage, narrated by Kris Cotter. Published by Four Horsemen Publications Incorporated. Copyright Nick Savage 2023, all rights reserved. Dedication. For my wife who helps me fight the demons in my head. Chapter 1. Our voice is more than the sound it makes. The manner in which we use our words speaks volumes. D. Childers. Thick white clouds drift in the sky above as the wind adds a welcome breeze on this late summer's evening. Cotter DeSalvo, a young man of 20 years, whose ruggedly handsome looks are accompanied by shaggy sandy brown hair, stands in his backyard, baseball in hand. He throws it 10 or so feet toward his cousin, Scarlett McAllister. "Easy, Con," she pleads, shaking the pain away from catching the ball barehanded. "You aren't in baseball anymore, and I never was." She flips her long copper-red hair behind her shoulder before tossing the ball back. "Sorry," Connor says, chuckling. "You don't have to do this with me, you know." He underhand tosses it back to her. She makes the easy catch. "I know, but what else do we have to do?" She squints her eyes and scrunches her freckled nose as the setting sun beams down one last time for the day. "Plus, Jack would have liked this." Her aim gets away from her as she tosses the ball back to him. Connor dives for the ball, catching it as he lands on his side. Scarlett hurries to him in a panic. "You okay? Sorry." Connor sits up. "As you said, you never played ball." A smirk overtakes her lips. "I didn't think I could hurt our high school's golden boy at his own game." Again, "As you said, I don't play anymore." "That and those days are behind me now. High school is behind you too. Maybe it's time I move on." Connor's gaze turns to the distance. "What does that mean, move on?" Scarlett's voice grows a little stern. "Box up all my old baseball stuff. Toss it in the garage or the attic. It's not doing me any good now," Connor says, trying to convince himself. "I'm not that guy anymore. None of us are who we were even a year ago." He brings his gaze back to her. "But who you were got you to who you are," Scarlett states, attempting to convince him otherwise. "But it's your choice. My recommendation? Sit on it for a while." A 3-mile-long stare overtakes him. "You know he broke a car window once?" "Who?" Scarlett is not following her cousin's thoughts. "Jack." He turns to her for a moment. "We were tossing a ball around. Nothing unusual. But one got away. Went through a car window. Passenger side, if I recall. He was so scared. Felt so guilty." "What happened? He never said anything to me," Scarlett says, taking a seat on the ground next to Connor. "Nothing. I sent Jack inside the school. Snuck some money in the glove box, hoping it would cover the repair. I told him never to mention it. I guess he didn't, if you didn't know." Connor holds back a smile. "Do you think you'd both be playing ball if he were still here?" Scarlett's eyes turn to the sky. "I think we both would have been expelled for drug use." He stops and turns back to her. "When he got arrested, he told me they busted him for drugs." Scarlett nods. "I remember." "But we never did any," Connor continues. Scarlett nods once again. "Then I got expelled for testing positive." Connor stands up and starts strolling away from the house. Scarlett joins her cousin. "All news, we already know." "But that cop, Espinoza, he knew Jack would test positive. That's why the other cop, the one that wound up dead, told me what he did." Connor's thoughts escape him. "What other cop?" Scarlett tries to keep up. He shakes his head. "There was a cop who told me Jack's house was known for drugs. Well, he said the Taylors, as in the whole family. But they weren't known for drugs. They didn't do drugs. It makes you wonder how many drug tests are false, just telling the normals that a legend's among them." "But Max Espinoza left. Allison told him to leave town after what happened with Miss Waldegrave and Mrs. Espinoza," Scarlett recaps. "I think that everything is over. We made it through. Didn't we?" "How many of our family and friends have died in the last 2 years, Scar?" Connor quickens his pace. "You want a number, or is that like rhetorical?" Scarlett keeps in step with him.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?